This is Umar for BoxNation in association with Global Next Trade. We're in the back of a cab on the way to Braehead Arena in very windy Glasgow, Shelly.
Yes, very windy to say the least.
Shelly, look, it's a big night for your guys, Willy Hutchinson and Joe Carrigan. Let's start off with Joe because he's been discussed as not only one of the brightest talents potentially in British boxing, but a world standout fighter. I'm hoping you're hoping rather, that's what he's going to achieve one day, break onto that world scene.
I think he will. I think he has, or I know he has the ability. He's won his last 58 amateur fights. He's the world junior champion. And he has, you don't know it till you see it. Like if I said to you, what makes a star? It's hard to say. But when you see, whether it be Tiger Woods or Michael Jordan, those are U.S. stars, obviously, you know it. And this kid has that potential.
What makes him so special, in your opinion?
I said to him yesterday, the thing to me that's the most important thing for an athlete to have, whatever the sport, but boxing in particular. Arthur Ashe, who was a great tennis player, quoted it, and the title of his biography was Grace Under Pressure. And the thing is, how do you handle the pressure? If you can handle it, and you will have pressure at times, you don't lose that millisecond to tightening, and you're able to move with it. And if you get hit, you're able to roll with it easier. And he has that. And you could see it even when he got off the scales yesterday. Remember, he's 18 years old. It's his pro debut. And he just, you could tell.
And of course, you've taken him to Frank and Queensberry. I know the whole team, George, Leeds and Frank himself, are so excited about getting Joe on board. Why were Queensberry the right fit, in your opinion, for him?
Because they know how to build a fighter. And I'm close with them. I know what they're looking for. And it's not an accident. You look at Moses, you look at some of the other kids they've had them from early. They work with them. They stay close with them. And with myself and them, I think it's a winning team. I'm taking nothing away from Buatsi. I believe he should have beat him.
Okay. Do you believe he's the most talented light heavyweight in this country? And we've got a lot of them.
I do believe that, but it's important, or more important, to show it when you fight. And he's had some distractions. I am hopeful Mirko and I have cleared those in his training in life. And if it is, you'll have a star there. I'm hopeful in another couple of fights, whoever's in the title position, whether it be Baval or someone else or Beterbiev, he'll be ready for it.
Okay, brilliant stuff. Shelly, what's the latest with Deontay?
I'm going to see him next week in New York. He's training. He's going to be fighting again the end of the year, early next. And then we'd like, our first choice always would be Joshua. But if we can't get Joshua, if we could get Usyk, we'd fight him. He's capable of fighting anyone at any time. It's no excuses his losses he lost. But I think as he's aged, he's matured, and hopefully you'll see the future best of him.
People have wrote him off since the defeats to Parker and Zhang. What would you say to those who are doubting Deontay and saying that he's done completely?
Well, based on those two performances, I can understand why people have question marks. And Deontay is capable of erasing those, and that's what he's got to do.
Okay, so you say the first choice is Joshua. Joshua hasn't been locked in with anyone. I know he's talking to various people at the moment. That's been going on for nearly a decade probably, but do you think it is realistic to get that over the line with AJ?
Well, I believe it's the biggest fight for him if everything is okay with him and Deontay physically, and they want to fight. And it's a fight that it was the fight of last decade. Hopefully it's this one. And
How big is that fight still?
not as big as it was, but enormous. Enormous. It would sell out any of the smaller arenas, and maybe with a good undercard, it could sell out of Wembley.
Okay. Could that potentially happen in Riyadh as well, Shelly? That fight?
Of course. His Excellency, when he wants something, he usually steps up, and I enjoy working with him, as so do Frank and Eddie. So hopefully it can.
Frank's got about 95% of the heavyweight division. Is there any one of Frank's heavyweights particularly that maybe Deontay could go in with?
Hadn't thought about it. We had kicked around for a little while Fury, but it doesn't seem as though that's a possibility. And, there's a couple other names out there, but the ones I just named are our preference.
Okay. Just the last one on Deontay. Appreciate your time, Shelly, because we're getting close to the arena now. Eddie and Dave Allen keep banging the drum about this potential fight. Is there any legs in that?
Well, what happened is I got a message from Eddie, and he said to me, "Would you be interested?" I said, "Make me an offer. If he wins, we can talk about it." And then he wrote me that I heard you're close to, or you've made another deal. And I told him, I said, "We're close. It's not done." And I've been hearing a lot of talk from it. We're not opposed to him.
Okay.
And if Eddie's, stepped up to the plate because he felt that if he beat Deontay, Allen would be right up there at the top. He's right, but he'll have to pay for that.
Yeah, sure. Understandable. And you want to get Deontay out, I'm guessing, the first quarter of 2026?
Or the last quarter here. We're working December, January in that time frame.
Perfect. Well, listen, Shelly, appreciate your time as always. Good to get you on.
Thank you, and anytime.
Thank you very much. Well, it says Starboy on your shorts, and we can see why that was a sensational debut. Just talk me through it, John Joe.
Listen, I have to watch it back before I talk through it. I cannot remember one thing in there, to be fair. I just remember trying to keep calm as possible and just let the flow keep going. And the buzz I had in that walkout was physically impossible to describe. Unbelievable.
The adrenaline, he was jumping and moving, and he'll settle down. It'll be very, very hard to beat this guy. And he has the star power. You could see it.
You talked to him about the cut. The cut. Listen, it was nothing. I got in there, got a bit too greedy, three or four shots. He tapped me where his head. It was. I felt like it was a scratch, to be honest. I never knew it was wind to tap my glove, and I thought, okay, but it's good that I've got on my day because now I've had that. Now and I've had that experience, so it's good that.
Any texts from Frank or George tonight about him?
Yes, great. I was on the phone with Frank, and he said the kid's great. He says you could see it all. He said it'll be a lot of fun watching him become champion.
So he may be multi-weight one day. Who knows?
Agreed.